Well, I was in a second farm and they had sports day at Marbury High School. That time we had a really good track team. We had people like Wilbert Walker and they had a 100-meter race. And the sports day was jam-packed. You know, people from all around was there. I can't remember since that time another sports day being as exciting and jam-packed as that. You know what I mean? And after that 100 meter, I decided that, yo, I have to join the track team because I always thought, you know what I mean, I always race the youth in my community in St. Thomas. So I decided that this is what I want to try out.
Love that, love that. All right, so we'll move on now. So you start track and field, you know, you're fully into your career now, and you're at the Olympics in 2012, and you become the first male sprint hurdler to win a medal for Jamaica. So tell me how that felt for you.
To be honest, I wasn't as excited as I was supposed to be because I was more thinking about, damn, coach, of course me, you know. You know, me never execute as I'm supposed to. I was a little bit nervous at the start line. You know. I wasn't as relaxed as the previous semi-finals. You know what I mean? Of course, I run strong still, but you know, I felt within myself that I could have run much faster. So it was after everything now that I start become aware of what is happening. You know, I have an Olympic medal. You know what I mean? My first Olympics and national record. All these things just coming together at once, and then that's when the excitement started to come in. So it was a really good feeling. You know what I mean?
Love that, love that. All right. We're now listening to the question, but I want to ask you this personally. So, which one do you think feel better? Which one would you rather? A career of Olympic medals or a career of World Championship medals?
I would choose the Olympics. Olympics is much bigger event, worldwide event. I actually think more people who are not track related or so interested in track would see more of track during the Olympics, because track and field is kind of like the major event for the Olympics. You know what I mean? Despite all the other sports being there. So I would rather the Olympics over the World Championship.
I mean, but really and truly that about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 medals in the whole career over.
True. But I still think it's a much bigger pull. You know what I mean? It gives you a lot more from having those. It's like, look at it as CXC versus, how can I put it?
GSAT?
No.
What that?
Versus getting a doctorate then. To me, the Olympics is just
so fast that
bigger. A bigger class.
Whole bigger weight, you know.
Yeah.
You take off 60 of your resume
exactly.
after you get them there.
It's almost like after you get that just seems small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So do you feel that you've kicked on in the event after winning that Olympic medal in 2012?
Well, definitely. I would say that. I ran quite a bit of fast times. You know what I mean? I become one of the fastest hurdlers in the world. There were some setbacks, injuries and so on. But despite that, I still ran some good times. You know what I mean? Still won some medals. So I'm very thankful for that.
So you just spoke about the injuries and the setbacks. So take me through some of those. How do you remain motivated during the injuries and the setbacks?
Well, I think more now, my mind is in a different kind of place, because I think most of us kind of worry too much about it and watch the other guys training, and it kind of get you down. And to be honest, when you're down and stressed, it takes away from the time you could spend on getting better. You know what I mean? You could have used that time to think more about what are some of the things I can do to improve my situation. You know what I mean? We need to rest more, we need to make sure I eat properly. You not think about all that, you just think about the stress. And the not being able to train or not being able to go to the track and do everybody else are doing. You just feel like your competitors will leave you. You know what I mean? No, I'm not looking at things like that again. You know what I mean? I think I passed that, and I can focus more now on what are the things that I'm supposed to do. You know, and that's something that I also try to share with my teammates. So help them to remember that it don't make sense you stress out yourself. Try to focus more on what you're supposed to do to get back, because you're going to get back much faster. You know what I mean? Once you think more straight.
You know, and I think that mindset is really similar to hurdles. You know, you just really focus on the hurdles in front and focus on your lane. Because, you know, the minute you look left or right, problems. All right, love that. So 2020 was a odd year. I mean, and it's going right into 2021, and it seems that it's going to be here for some time. So COVID and training and you know, no track meets or what. Take me through what's going on right now.
Well, it's a little bit of the same. I think most people kind of thrown off. People want to compete. People can't get the chance to compete. You know, people are excited for the opportunity to compete, because you know a few competitions are already on the way, and I think everybody is having fun. I'm actually looking forward to competing myself, and I think everybody is going to be throwing down some fast times, because we've been training for a while now. We got a lot of rest period in between and things. You know, it affected training in some areas, but I think now things are rolling more smoothly, and as long as things continue along this fashion, then we should be good.
No blood.
Yeah.
So you got the medal, you got the national records. You know, you wrote your name in history, in Olympic history, in Jamaican history. But you know, in recent years, you haven't necessarily been, you know, a favorite.
True.
You know, so do you think that, you know, going forward right now, 2021, the seasons to come, do you think that you have something to prove?
I don't look at it as something to prove. You know what I mean? I've already showed that I'm one of the best in the world. Well, I definitely need to remind the people.
Remind them indeed.
I already know within myself, so it's just, you know, laying down some foundation work so I can show the people that Anthony is still here. You know, we have a lot of youngsters coming up, but I'm going to make sure that they have to work overtime. You know what I mean, to get this medal. It's not going to be a case where them just rush to it without some real challenging competition. You know what I mean?
Love that. And you know, you spoke about the youngsters. One of the youngsters that we interviewed on stream once was Dejoy Russell, and he was saying how much of an inspiration and a guide you are for him in training. So just take me through the relationship that you have with the younger athletes coming up. Dejoy, I mean, Tyler Mace, I don't know, the ones that are, you know, in your field right now.
Well, I must say that it's really a good look to see so many youngsters interested in doing hurdles rather than 100 and 200. And I kind of look forward to hurdling becoming more of a leading event in track and field, something that everybody look forward to see, because it's so competitive, it's so challenging, it's so, you know, I mean, exciting, and everybody just wants to see this. You know, when bowls step out, everybody wants to see the 100.
That is it.
That's the kind of vibe I want to see coming with the 110 hurdles, and I'm really happy that so many of the youngsters are so good as well. So it's not just one bag of man pile up in the hurdles and run slow time. Them actually do well, so that make it more competitive. So I really look forward to competing with everybody, and I think me and all of them have good relationship. You know, I always give advice where possible, and you know, I want them to do well, and I remind them that, listen, you have to work. If you don't work, you're not gonna beat me. You know what I mean? So I remind them of these kind of things, and you know, we'll keep it fun. It's not a hate kind of rivalry.
Yes,
it's You know, positive. You know, everybody doing well kind of a thing.
All right, and so I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick. Name. I want you to just give me a list of young Jamaican male sprint hurdlers to look out for.
Well, definitely my two training partners, I have to mention them, Dijor and Odario. They're training well so far. But we have quite a bit of guys coming up right now that I think will do well. Orlando should do well. Skelly definitely should do well. You know what I mean? Quite a bit of people. Even Deuce, I know Deuce is preparing himself. Tyler is training. You know what I mean? Everybody putting in work. The younger guys, Pinnock. So we can look forward to some exciting hurdling in the near future.
Lovely, lovely. All right, so we're dialing down now. So what are some goals that you set for yourself this year, and do you feel that you are on track to achieve them?
I believe so. I think this is probably one of my fittest year in terms of background and preparing. Training has been going very good for the most part. So I'm definitely looking to be on the medal podium, of course, on the top. I think everybody should aim for the highest spot, right? So that's what I'm aiming for. I don't want to call out the time. I'm not telling anybody the time, but I have a time in mind that I would want to achieve this year. And that is what I'm pushing for. Me and Coach reason about it. And we're aim. And I want to run that time at the right time. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to say, earlier in the year, I already run the time. I want to run the time right at the finals. So it comes down to, really sharpening up and getting ready to kick off right at the finals.
Lovely.
To deliver this time. That would be the real ultimate goal. Next to getting the gold medal.
All right, so yeah, 30 now, right?
Yeah,
man. So Tokyo quote unquote 2020. Do you anticipate it being your last Olympics?
Not necessarily. Of course, if we see a whole heap of athletes competing until almost 40 or 40.
But is it a case where you want to continue competing while not being your sharpest?
No, I won't go as long as them other guys. But if the body say yes and background training looking good and I can take on another Olympic championship, why not?
Why not?
Go for it. You know what I mean? Once I feel good and I run and feel strong, then I'm ready.
Let's keep at it.
That would be the last one though. If I should go to another one.
If you should go to one after Tokyo?
Yeah.
All right, fair.
I don't think I want to go past that.
All right, understood. So, last question. So, when it's all said and done, when the races are over, when the times are done and, the medals are won and so on and so forth, what do you want Hansa Parchment's legacy, to say, what written on a plaque, written in a book, written in the history books?
Well, it's not done at track and field still, There are a lot more things that I want to accomplish outside of track and field. But track and field wise, definitely I want to be known as one of Jamaica's greatest hurdlers ever. So, once the topic of 110 hurdles come up, then there's no possible way to discuss this topic without my name being a part of it. Right? So I know I already the first hurdler to get an Olympic medal and in the 110 hurdles. So I need to lay down a few more things. And once I lay down these things, then I'll cement that. And I will be known as, one of maybe the greatest 110 hurdler for Jamaica and the world.
All right, love that.